Okay, so welcome everybody. Um, During this time with the pandemic, we all have to change and everything's been turned upside down. And with myself, I usually go dancing several nights a week. And now with the pandemic shelter in place, I cannot go dancing outside. I cannot go travel abroad because it's not safe. So with all this time, what am I going to do? I have to find some new hobby. So one silver lining with this shelter in place in COVID is that I discovered being a tourist in San Francisco. Now, after living here for more than 50 years, I finally visited some of these places for the first time and discovered a lot of nature, lots of hiking trails, and other hidden beauty in San Francisco. And I hope to share that with you today with a slideshow. And let me get the slideshow started and share a screen with you. Okay. Welcome to this virtual tour of discovering San Francisco, some of the hidden gems, nature, and beauty. San Francisco, as you may all know, we're not a big city. We're 7 by 7 or 49 miles in total square miles. But we are one of the top visited city in the US because we have so many attractions, lots of museums, lots of natural resources with open spaces like with nature trails and much of the beaches that are easily accessible. This is a map of the places that I will be sharing with you today, and they are marked with the red heart. I will start with Golden Gate Park and then go to Land's End, go toward the Land's End Labyrinth here in the beach, some of the beaches, some of the special stairs that we see here by California and 33rd Avenue. And then we'll visit the Lion Street Steps, North Beach, the Telegraph Hill, Coit Tower, and then um, the Sunset, Inner Sunset area. Okay. So there's, of course, Golden Gate Park is one of the top um, attractions in San Francisco. And Golden Gate Park is 150 years old. There are many museums, but one of the highlights is actually we have lots of famous gardens. In fact, Golden Gate Park is the third most visited park in the United States. And Queen Wilhelmina Garden is located on the west side of the park. And this park was built in 1903. Okay. Actually, the windmill is built in 1903. The park is named after Queen Wilhelmina. She is the reigning queen in Netherlands. Um, and this garden has this huge Dutch windmill, and that was built in 1903, and it was restored in 1981. One of the famous features of this garden, of course, are the beautiful tulips. Um, According to the San Francisco Recreation and Parks, 10,000 tulips are planted each year in the fall, so then they will bloom in the spring, along with the poppies, golden poppies. Um, the design of this garden is by Roy Hudson, and that was, and then in 1962, it was named the Queen Wilhelmina Garden after, in honor of the Netherlands Queen. What I loved about this park is that it changes seasonally with different flowers and planting. And although I have visited this garden before, what I did not do before was actually explore a lot of the trails, hiking trails along this garden. And because this garden is really near the beach, there's a lot of beautiful trails that you can go walking and get some exercise in and enjoy nature as well. The second spot that I want to share is the Land's End Lookout, the trails and the beaches and the Presidio. Here is my husband, Alan, from one of the entrances of the Land's End Lookout, where they have two giant lions. And then in the parking lot, there's also another large statue of some sort of deer, I think. Here is one of the stairway that you can go down to Sutro Bath and the beach. I'm sure a lot of people heard about the Sutro Bath and have been there. I have been there before. However, during these other trips that we went out there for our walks, we actually explored a little bit more of all the different nooks and crannies, okay, and including this tunnel. Okay, this tunnel during low tide, okay, you can actually walk through, and the other side you can actually see the other part of the ocean. And here you can see people climbing up and exploring the rocks. Just have to be very careful. From Land's End, there are many coastal trails that you can take. There are trails going to the VA Medical Center, the Land's End Trailhead, and then Eagles Point. Along the way, of course, you can see beautiful landscaping, lots of wild flowers, plants. And on one of our trips, we were able to see some wild animals. Here, there are two baby coyotes out for looking for their dinner. Of course, you can see beautiful coastal, the beaches. On a warm day, you can go play in the water. Even on a foggy day, you can just bring layers of clothing, stay warm. It's going to be beautiful, very quiet, and just very relaxing. Other parts of the coastal trail, you can see these battery. It's also, really they are giant cannons that was used years ago for protecting the San Francisco Bay. Off to some other trail, you can see the USS San Francisco, which is a memorial for the World War II veterans. When the Land's End Coastal Trail ends, the Presidio Coastal Trail will start. This is part of the Presidio Coastal Trail with Baker Beach. If you go to maps, you can see a clearer trail and the routing of how it goes. And there are plenty of wildflowers and plants that you can see along the way. And of course, you can get stunning views of the Golden Gate Bridge from atop. Walking further along this Presidio Coastal Trail, you will hit Marshall Beach. Again, it is beautiful scenery. There's not a lot of people walking, and certainly there's lots of space for social distancing. Wear your face mask and, bring a bottle of water, and you can have a great day of hiking. Along the trail, there are wild loganberries and other kind of plants. These are loganberries. We were able to, actually I picked a few and brought it home to try, and they're a little bit sour, but actually they taste great with salads. At the very end of the Presidio Coastal Trail, you will see the Golden Gate overlook. And you can actually walk over to the overlook, and then that enters into the Golden Gate Bridge. Another entrance to these walks is the stairs to the Land's End Labyrinth and the Miles Rock Beach. And here are lots of stairs going down. And through these walks, you get, again, some gorgeous views of the bay. On that day, there was a fog and it was completely covering the Golden Gate Bridge. You can't even see it except for the very bottom. And there's a lots of climbing structures, of course, and who could resist, right? So we climb up some of these trees, get some view. Here is the Mile Rock Beach. You can climb down colorful rocks that you can play with. Some people there are building some rock structures. You can enjoy the water, just very quiet, and you can just enjoy nature. And Alan here building his own rock structure. I don't know if it stood, if it's going to be there next time we visit. And further up is the Land's End Labyrinth. And this labyrinth is actually built by artists, and they are pretty impressive. Here's an aerial view of the labyrinth. Here's an aerial view of the Mile Rock Beach. And if depending on the time you go, you can catch a beautiful sunset as well. The next part of the presentation in terms of spot is the going to the Telegraph Hill, the Pioneer Park, and Coit Tower. Okay, Pioneer Park, right? That's where the Coit Tower is situated. The Coit Tower is actually a historic landmark, and it is 210-foot tower in Telegraph Hill, and it was built between 1932 and 1933 using the money donated by Lily Hitchcock Coit. She bequested about a third of her fortune for the city to build something beautiful because she loves the city, and she's actually quite a eccentric socialite as well. She loves the what they call chasing fire, meaning that back in the days, when they don't have formal fire trucks, right, and fire departments, they only have volunteer firemen. And she got really interested in helping with that. And so she actually became an honorary firefighter. And the city basically built the Coit Tower in her honor. Also, there is a second sculpture, which is three firemen's sculptures in her honor as well. And from Coit Tower, because it is situated so high on the hill, you get beautiful views of the Alcatraz Island and the other counties across the bay. You also get beautiful views of the city. This is actually a statue of Christopher Columbus. And this statue is no longer there. It was taken down by the city because more recently it was being graffitied, and people didn't want to have that statue there because it was politically offensive to a number of people. In any case, if you go up there, you can get beautiful views of the Washington Square on one side, and then of course across the bay, you can see really on a clear day, you can see a lot of different counties. And inside the tower are these fresco murals. I wasn't able to see these because the tower is closed right now, but I got these off the internet. What was unusual about these Coit Tower that I have not been to and done before is that there are sets of stairs coming down to from the Pioneer Park. And if you take these stairs down, you would discover whole new sceneries, okay? That is quite surprising. There are houses on both sides of these stairs, but imagine if you live there, you have to go up and down these stairs every day. get lots of exercise. And when you go across the street, there's another set of stairs that you go down, okay? And as you go down these stairs, you also see a lot of different houses with unusual sculptures that people have. There's even a beehive that someone is raising some bees. And we discovered a hidden garden that people use, those neighbors there use, as well as visitors can use to just enjoy and be quiet. This is the backside of the Coit Tower, okay? And it is beautiful, especially during, you know, the blooming, when the flowers are blooming. The last part of the presentation brings you to 4 different places in the city. And this includes the Lincoln Steps here near the in the outer Richmond, also the Lion Steps in the Presidio Heights, Pacific Heights, and then in Sunset area. Okay. So the Moraga Mosaic Steps in the inner Sunset, and it's located at Moraga and 16th Avenue. These are steps, 163 of them, okay? This project was started in January 2003 by some neighbors. Actually, these are the neighbors that wanted to improve the area, have a public project that can actually beautify the space, make it safer for people to walk. The steps were actually aging as well, so they want to improve those steps. So it was a huge project, and they got all the neighbors involved, got merchants involved, and other associations, including, of course, the city, the Department of Recreation and Parks, and the Department of Public Works. And they commissioned 2 project design artists, Eileen Barr and Colette Crutcher, to help design the mosaic for these steps. And this project was finished in 2005. And look how beautiful they are. It's from the sea to the sky. So that's sort of the theme of these mosaic steps. And on each of the risers, you can see the beautiful tiling. And over 300 volunteers got involved in this project, and over 220 merchants also donated and sponsored. And people also can sponsor the tiles to help fund for this project. The city helped to put in the handrails for the stairs, and also help with the landscaping and improving the landscaping so that they are beautiful and that they are, safe as well. So you can visit these steps in the Richmond. The second set of steps is the Lincoln Steps. Okay, this is also a big project that took about 7 years. It started in 2007. The Lincoln Park Friends of the Lincoln Park, and also the city got involved in helping to improve this project and made it really beautiful. Here we are. The third set of steps is called the Hidden Garden Steps. These steps are actually located at 16th Avenue in Kirkham. There's a total of 9 flights of stairs. The upper section is A to E, and the lower section is F to I. Again, those artists that helped created the mosaic steps, the Moraga mosaic steps, also create the design for these hidden garden steps. And the designs here are a little bit different in that, and this is a 4-year project and was completed in December of 2013. The themes for these mosaic steps is more local flora and fauna. So you see this beautiful mosaic of flowers and different kinds of plants in the steps. All right, the last set of stairs I want to share with you is located in the Presidio Heights area. Okay, this is a view of Alcatraz from the Presidio Broadway gate. This is the Lion Street steps located at Lion and Broadway Street. This is a top view looking from the top of Lion Street. And then this is the middle part of the staircase, the landing. Okay. So here you get a billion-dollar view, basically, of the city, right? You can see Palace of Fine Arts here, also, the marina, the bay, and the counties across. This is the landing with the heart of San Francisco. And what I learned is that this mansion, okay, is actually belongs to U.S. Senator Dianne Feinstein and our former mayor of San Francisco. It's a 19-room mansion with 9 baths. Okay? And of course, it's beautiful landscaped. On the days that Dianne Feinstein is at home, there is a security guard at this landing there. Okay, so that's when you know that she's home. And this is a set of stairs going down from the Lion Steps and going to Broadway Street. You also see, a stunning view from these set of stairs as well. Okay, so you really can enjoy a billionaire's view from here, and it's all free. Within this 3-block area, actually, lots of billionaires have their homes here, have their mansion, including the Yelp CEO, Jeremy Stoppelman, the Oracle founder, Larry Ellison, the author, Danielle Steele, Apple executive, Jony Ive, Gordon Getty, who is the son of J. Paul Getty, and a few other people. Now, I'm going to stop sharing. Wanted to find out that of all these hidden gems that I have shared with you, are any of these new to you that you have not visited before? Can I see a show of hands? Okay, great. Well, I hope that I have inspired you to visit San Francisco and really take advantage of this time to explore the city and some of the hidden treasures and nature trails and the sites that you don't have time before because you are too busy, right, doing other things. But now that since we are stuck at home or have to work from home, you still need to find time to relax and get some exercise. And this is a great way to be able to do that. There's many other places that I have also found, but because of limited time, I won't be able to share that with you. But I hope that you enjoy that and that you will take advantage of some of these wonderful and accessible resources that we have in the city. Even if you live in the Bay Area, the drive is only, to San Francisco is only a short drive away. Thank you very much. Here is a summary of the places that we visited virtually today. I hope that you will be inspired and take advantage of the time that you have during shelter in place. Even during COVID, you can be safe and enjoy nature and enjoy discovering San Francisco.